Hey, what's good? Impromptu film fan episode, really quick. I came across a video earlier today regarding Black Panther 2. Well, it was another film review channel that was discussing an issue with another film review channel and their take on Black Panther 2 and the recasting or not recasting of Chadwick, T'Challa's role, made famous and just by the wonderful, our brother who passed last year, almost a year ago, in August, it'll be a year, Chadwick Boseman. So the recasting, should you recast him, not recast him? There's like movement and hashtag recast Black Panther because you just want the role to continue. And in this quick video, I just want to discuss for a second because the video I saw this morning on another brother's channel, which I enjoyed, by the way, it's not the only video that I've come across, or first time I've heard some sort of, an angst or a bone to pick somewhat with other people's take on the recasting or not recasting, whether to kill off Black Panther some way or what they're going to do, how they're going to go about doing this in a respectable manner that's going to pay homage to the actor Chadwick Boseman, as well as homage to the role and to the character in the MCU, whether or not that character dies off in the MCU or not, right? So there's a lot of stuff. And a couple of the videos, again, not the single one person, now I'm not even going to name the names, but a couple of these videos I've come across have been, laced with fire and anger and they're claiming there's racism and microaggressions and all sorts of things that are, let's cancel these people. It's done in a way where they're suggesting that the people who are not with the recasting or trying to figure out what are they going to do, how are they going to kill off T'Challa in the second one, how are they going to do it, how are they going to make that happen visually, which is a creative decision, which is one of the reasons why I want to talk about this, because believe me, first thing I want to say is obviously, there's, especially if you're dealing with a white person's take on this particular movie or recasting or the politics behind it or what it means to Black people, right? Our people, this role, this movie, right? If you're listening to a white person's take on, Black Panther and how they should handle it or not, it might be slightly different. And yes, guess what? Especially in this day and age where everything gets picked apart, it's possible to be really sensitive and nitpick every tiny thing someone says, black or white for that matter. Let's just keep it real, right? We can pick things apart and say, oh, why are they saying that? Oh, that's racist that they don't want to recast the brother, right? I'm not going so far with that, right? And I don't agree with that. I respect my brother's opinions and such, and sisters and people who can find issue with every little thing that the man says about when they render an opinion that could be, if out of context, or if not truly, which is, one of the issues with online, with conversation, with whether it's a tweet, whether it's Facebook, social media, YouTube, and a channel and watching a video, there's no room for discussion. There's no room for open debate, for people understanding how they say things or don't say things. You kind of just say things and then you put it out there. And then there's no real, unless you're doing a live stream, you may not have the right context. You may not know what the person meant to say. We make mistakes. I might be making mistakes now in discussing what I'm trying to discuss about this particular situation, which could be quite controversial. So that up front, when someone says something online, we have to take it kind of with a grain of salt or engage that person with discussion to find out what is what. Let me just circle back to the point and let's get to this whole thing with Black Panther. So just like there was a Snyder Cut, released a Snyder Cut, and just like hopefully there is a please George Lucas, Disney, whoever, release the original Star Wars theatrical releases, right? There's a whole movement for recast T'Challa, which makes sense. And let me put up front my feelings on that. Yes, they should recast the role. You shouldn't just get rid of one of the most powerful, influential, incredible characters in the MCU. You can't do that. I totally feel the passion of my brothers and sisters who want to recast the role. You can't get rid of T'Challa. They can't just kill him off and, we'll start with we'll have someone else take, I don't agree with that. I agree with recasting the role. We've recast characters plenty of times in the past and we keep the role going. James Bond has been recast a million times. We've had a billion Spider-Mans and Batmans. I would say go ahead and recast the role. Do it respectfully, and let's see what happens. But That's it. Apparently on December 10th, 2020, during Disney's 2020 Investor Day, Kevin Feige revealed that the role of King T'Challa, Black Panther, would not be recast and that the film would explore the world of Wakanda as well as the rich and varied characters introduced in the first film. He also announced that the film would be released on July 8th, 2022. So from the horse's mouth, here it is, right? So if there's beef about this, like, I guess all I can say is go ahead and, get picket signs together and get your protest together and figure out who to go appeal to, whether it's Coogler. Mind you, I saw an interview with Lupita Nyong'o, who's reprising her role and coming back, and she discussed that the plans that Coogler have for doing this are very well done and very respectful of Brother Boseman and the character in general. So she's signing off on it and saying that she actually likes the direction it's going. Again, we don't know specifically what they're going to do, but one of the videos that caused a problem for this other brother that felt the need to pick on that video was saying that she asked at the end of this segment talking about Black Panther 2, about the recasting. She made the comment that, look, they're not going to recast the role. So what do you think they're going to do? Creatively, she asked her audience, what do you think they're going to do? How do you think they're going to, make the death of T'Challa happen in the film? It's an open question. It's a creative question. It's a practical consideration. It's if they're not going to recast them, and we know that, they have to somehow do it on film. Now, if you take issue with that, then I'm totally in agreement with you. Like, hey, well, they probably shouldn't have made that decision. They shouldn't kill him off. Why should we lose Black Panther? I don't agree with that. And I could do a whole separate video on that, and I probably will. But this particular video is just to point out, let's all take a breath, starting with me. Let's just, sometimes you can't, I think we waste energy reading into too much shit that's unnecessary. And sometimes it's not always in the hands of that particular person, that person's opinion, that particular channel's view or something. It's not always in their hand. She didn't decide. This woman didn't decide to not recast the role. She just got the information that I got, the rest of the world got, that apparently they're not going to recast it. So how the fuck are they going to handle it? Let's deal with it. That's all you can do. If you want to stop it from happening and say, hey, go back to the drawing board. Fuck that. We don't want you to kill him off. Recast the role. You got my vote. Sign me up. Come to my channel. Recruit me. Come to my city. Come to New York. I'll be right there in line with you saying, hey, recast the fucking role. I'm with you. But let's not lose our shit over the fact that there are going to be some people at this point just questioning, how are we going to kill off T'Challa in Black Panther 2? How is it going to happen? We're just curious. We're just scratching our head. How do they handle that from a creative and a practical standpoint? And what is the best way to do it? That's all I wanted to say. Quick thing on Black Panther 2 and the role, again, rest in power, Chadwick Boseman, coming up, August 20th will be 1 year this year, and I may do a video on that, on Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman again, just out of respect, the 1 year anniversary of his passing. But I wanted to talk about this really quick. I usually don't get on here and do too much ranting and stuff that's like whatever, but I just felt it was necessary because we have to place our energy and our efforts sometimes in the right place. And the few videos I've seen, like I said, it's going to seem like I'm selecting one person. I haven't even named the person. So if they happen to see this video, brother, you're part of it, but I'm not going to name you. But there are other people. I've been influenced by a few other videos and a few other things I've heard about this that inspired me to sit down. And that's a good thing. We need to have discussions. We need to be inspired by other people. Brother got a great channel and great videos, right? So I applaud the passion and the efforts, the people I've seen who are up in arms over certain things. I get you. I feel you. And again, I am with you in terms of let's not kill off T'Challa and Black Panther. That should not happen. Recast him, please. There's plenty of wonderful, splendid Black kings out there, actors to play that role. We can get it done. We can show respect, and we can do this the right way. All right, that's it for me. Real quick rant kind of thing. Maybe I should do more of these. They're so, maybe not. We'll see. All right, until next time, peace. What do I say? Wakanda forever. Yeah, let's do that. Wakanda forever.